Boys.
Goes.
How are we all? Are we all well?
I'm sick.
I'm also sick.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Kia ora. Rita Ora.
Kia ora. You're both sick, dog.
Name a Rita Ora song.
Ooh.
Is she the most famous pop star that you couldn't name a song of?
Rita Ora. She has a feature in the song Girls with Charlie XCX.
Wow. Which one's Girls?
The one that's like, bum, 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 bum. It's like, sometimes I just want to kiss girls.
Yeah. Is that?
A lot of features on that one.
Cool. Did you feature on that one?
I sent in a verse, but I wasn't the direction they were going in.
Oh, Rita Ora. Don't want to hear sad songs anymore. Just want to hear the MacPack podcast.
There you go. That's a Rita Ora song.
You know this song, Joe?
Not familiar with it. So she's dating Taika, right?
Yeah,
Taika
she is.
Wahihi.
Show you that.
I wonder how
This
he's...
is more of it.
Yeah, ready, Joe?
Not super familiar.
Anyway, that's Rita Ora.
And is she from New Zealand?
She is not, but she's trying to make her way there via
via Taika.
Via visa.
Kiki.
Yeah.
I feel like if his name's Taika,
Visa Watiti.
she would be the easiest person to show your parents as a woman named Rita Ora. You
Yeah.
could go, Kia ora, Rita Ora. And they would be like, he's done it. He's done
bloody
New
done
Zealand
it.
bingo. He's actually gone and done it. Kia ora, indeed. They say it funny.
It'd be like if you were dating someone named Rita G'day.
Sort of.
Yeah.
It'd be more like you dating someone named G'day Mate.
Yeah. Come on, Joe.
Come on, Joe.
Okay.
Be better.
The flu's hit us. Joe's off the ball early.
I just want to explain. So over the last 2 weeks, I have been from Perth to Melbourne to
Big sky
the
country.
great town of Queenstown. I turned Queenstown into Kingstown. Am I right, guys?
Hell yeah.
Went to 2 games of footy, which both featured. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just dropped down with that.
Featured to over 160 to 180,000 people. Got on 4 different airplanes. Spent most of my time in below Celsius degrees.
Yeah.
Neg 0, we were fucking talking.
Okay.
Came back, healthy as all shit.
Must be.
Before I left, Joe got sick.
Yeah.
While I was over there, Riley got sick. By the
Still
time I
sick.
came back, Joe's sick again.
Yeah, so I
I'm
thought
still sick.
I'm still not sick. I don't understand. Like,
Well,
you
now
guys,
you're sitting in
can
the
you
middle
guys
of
stop
both
playing
of us.
tonsil hockey at the kitchen?
Yeah. But I thought Riley had what I had, so I thought I was in the clear.
Yeah, so we started patching.
Yeah, so we were doing our usual hookups and stuff.
I couldn't have put myself in more danger and come back healthier. Realistically, what I'm thinking is,
I was thinking
As a
Riley's
result-
bit nutrable.
as a result,
Drop a loogie.
I reckon I was more likely to,
smoothie.
as a result, I reckon I was more likely to get sick if I had stayed not only in Perth but here with you cunts.
Yeah, everyone's fucking sick at the moment. It's actually crazy.
No one I know,
Yeah.
no one I know outside of the 2 blokes sitting on my left and right.
Everyone at my
Everyone's
work
sick.
is sick.
Everyone's sick.
And everyone's coming into work
I see
still.
it on social media as well. Like, people I follow are like talking about how sick they've been.
Yeah,
This flu
everyone's
has
sick.
gone off, bro.
I know, because I was at work before I got sick, right? I was at work. I'm in a meeting, and the guy sitting next to me starts coughing.
I was like,
I'm like, oh,
great.
brilliant. Yeah.
Better kiss him, get it over and done with. New Zealand was fantastic. Have you ever been to Queenstown?
No, I went to the North Island.
Oh, he's a Northie.
Right, Jake
the North
went,
Shore.
Jake went New Zealand Douth.
Oh.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I'm
Douth,
a
yeah.
fan of Douth in Perth. I thought I'd be a fan of Douth in New Zealand. I'll have stories as we go over the next few weeks.
Yep.
Undoubtedly, they'll just pop up into my mind. But the first thing I want to talk about is went over to Melbourne in between because you can't take a direct flight from Perth to New Zealand, which seems a little bit backward because you can take a direct flight from Perth to London. And New
London,
Zealand,
baby.
New Zealand's like halfway on the way. Like, it might as well be a part of Australia, and you can't get there unless you get out of the vehicle and then get back onto the vehicle. We talked about the vehicle on the way home on radio
We did.
during the week. Joey boy, Riley was crook.
Jake
I
was in a
sort
plane
of-
crash.
I see-
Yeah, you're the sole survivor. I heard this bit.
Yeah, I was sort of in the news.
made
He
it,
was the
bro.
sole survivor of many.
Yeah, for those who didn't,
It was wait, what was
Sole
your seat?
survivor.
What was your seat number?
11A.
You were the sole survivor of 11A.
oh no, I was down.
No,
the back.
11A
I was-
is the seat that the guy was in.
Exactly.
And apparently there's another plane crash where there was a sole survivor. And allegedly he was also in 11A.
Always book the seat 11A.
11A, yeah.
Well, I wasn't.
Or
I wasn't
the
there.
cheap one.
I was just.
Yeah,
I
or
was
the
doing-
emergency row, extra
Yeah.
leg room.
But we survived. For those who did not hear, what do they call it? Like the aero
Chair, aero lift, aero stair.
the aero stair. I think it's the aero stair,
It's
which
just
makes it sound like a chocolate.
Yeah.
But the aero chair
Aero
slammed.
stair is when you walk past and you really want one, and you're just giving it a big look.
The aero chair, we pulled up from Queenstown to Brisbane on the way home, and the aero chair, we'd landed and everything. Everyone's packing all their shit off the plane.
Yep.
And the aero chair slammed into the front windscreen of the joint. Which I was saying to Joe, if you're the
So
pilot,
funny.
if you're the pilot, you've flown the plane for like fucking best part of 3.5, 4 hours.
Hard
You've
parts.
done all the hard work.
Yeah.
You get there, somehow some cunt just
You get there
crashes
also
into you.
like landed, like he was driving for a bit.
Yeah,
right?
everything's on.
Just cruising around the tarmac.
He's undone the seatbelt sign and everything.
He's definitely. Do you reckon he was texting?
No, it was the guy driving the chair.
Yeah, the
Oh.
guy in charge of the plane.
Oh, the pilot guy.
His job
sweet.
was done. He was practically getting unchanged. He was putting the civvies on. He was
Oh,
done. He's
nice.
he's
It's
over.
like if you got like a really hard car park.
Yeah.
And then the valet was meant to open the door for you, but instead he put a chair through the windshield.
The trolley guy in the car park
Yeah.
puts the trolleys through your windscreen.
That's essentially what happened. The flight from Melbourne to Queenstown is what I wanted to touch on today, lads, because I went over to New Zealand via Melbourne after watching a few games of footy.
Yes, of course. Footy.
And I was fortunate enough to bump into the one, the only, Steel Sidebottom.
Oh
At
my God.
At the airport.
If
In the Melbourne airport on our way to Queenstown. We just watched him play in the Queen's birthday game the day before. Big fixture. On the way to the...
Like 12 hours before.
Yeah, literally. And then the boys had a bye. The boys had a bye the following week. And I jokingly said to Taylor, there'd probably a fair sniff that someone would probably come to Queenstown. Not really sure who it would be because Melbourne to Queenstown's it's
shorter.
It's shorter than coming from Melbourne to Perth. So the odds were in our favour.
When you were in New Zealand and you told people you came from Perth, were they like, whoa?
Yeah, the same response. Do you remember when we went to Sydney and we
Yeah.
started telling people we come from Perth?
Whoa.
And it was as though we'd come from Narnia. Like they were like,
You guys are real?
whoa, how did you do that?
Because when I was in New Zealand, it was like, they're like, oh, like, where are you guys from? Like, oh, we're from Australia. They're like, oh, yeah, nice. They're like, yeah, we just came over from Perth. Like, whoa.
It's almost like
you
it's
must
not-
really want to be here.
It's almost just not Australia at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steele was lovely. We snapped a quick photo and then he was kind enough because we were on the same plane.
Yeah.
And no one seemed to know who he was.
Ooh, sneaky Steel.
So we just ended up chatting for like 5-10 minutes about his plans in Queenstown and everything. He basically did everything that we did. He wasn't there for very long, but he did everything that we did.
Good man.
Lovely
Yeah.
guy. Really.
Was he watching a movie on the plane?
Watching tape.
I didn't pay too much attention. Bobby Hill was also on our flight as
Bobby
well.
Hill.
Who played game 100 the day before. He's a star.
Bobby.
I don't think
And
they
they
Was he
didn't
watching
know-
a movie on the plane?
I didn't sit next to him. I was
Okay,
only
okay.
I was less than
Okay.
5 rows away from them, but I wasn't peeping Tomming.
Yeah,
on
okay.
them.
Peeping Bobby.
But you said that they didn't know each other were going to be on the plane.
No, well, Bobby was already perched by the time Still was basically right behind me when we got on the plane. And we were walking past Ian, Bobby Hill, and while he was sitting in his chair.
Mm.
And he noticed Steele get on the plane sort of as I passed him. And he was
He's
like,
like, Jake.
and he was just like, oh my God, Steele's here. And like said it to his partner.
and then hid.
Yeah, it is funny because like for
Put his
them
hoodie
you're
on.
like, oh, that's so cool. But like if I was going on holiday and I saw my coworker,
I'd be like,
I'd be like, does this still count as leave?
To winner to be working. Anyway, really nice guy. Yeah.
the question on
Good
everyone's
chat.
mind, Jake.
Here we go.
It's like you're leaving out of all these details. What happened to the puffer vest or the puffer jacket?
puffer
yeah.
jacket.
Did it come?
The puffer jacket arrived.
what
in
day?
Australia?
It arrived to my house only a few days after we recorded. I think it was about the Thursday. So the guy who was in charge of the order knows what he's talking about.
You got it done, yeah, 2 days.
And how did he go
Whatever.
with his exam?
I didn't ask. I actually should probably leave him a review.
Yeah,
a
send him a
5-star
message.
review.
Say, how'd you go with the exam, bro?
I don't really want to date this bloke. I just want the jacket. But no, the vest came. There was a jacket. It
Yeah,
came.
the jacket.
It did me a world of wonders. We'll get into that over the next few weeks. It was
Nice.
this absolute superstar.
And how long did it
Jackie?
arrive before you left?
Um,
the
48
plane.
hour maximum. No more than 48 hours.
Clutch.
That's a good buffer. You could have sent it back in that time. The old 2 days.
I bought something on eBay 2 weeks ago.
Huge.
The guy hasn't like shipped it yet.
Oh, that's hectic.
Do you reckon he's scamming me?
You got to
I've-
flag
for sure.
that.
I've emailed him 3 times.
And has he replied once?
Nah, but he's also got no reviews and made an account about a month ago, so we might be in stride.
Yeah.
Dream.